Hey everyone, so welcome back to my channel. If you don't know who I am or if this is your first time here, my name is Ashley and I run a small business called Ash Nichole Co, where my mission is just to spread joy and mental health acceptance through handmade goods and all of the crafted items that I create. So welcome back to my channel. It's been a little bit, about a week or so since I uploaded my first video of 2025, and so today I just wanted to kind of have a more chill and relaxed vlog than I normally do. I think one of my, I don't like saying goals out because ADHD brain, if I mention like out loud like a goal or something like that, sometimes it's a little harder to achieve for me. Once it's in the air, it's like, I don't know what it does. It like does something that makes it really hard. So I don't like to put things out too much, but I think it's the pressure that it puts on. But I just wanted to create content in a way that I feel comfortable creating content. I want to show whatever it is I feel like showing. I want to document this journey of myself and finding myself, and also just kind of finding things that I like, especially when it comes to my small business. And so I want to give you guys just more real content. Not that the other content wasn't real, it's just I'm a perfectionist, so a lot of it was very curated, and I tend to have a lot of issue just being able to sit down in front of a camera and go, hi, this is me and this is what I'm doing today. It's like I need to make sure the background looks perfect, or I need to make sure that the room is perfect, or I need to make sure that I look perfect before I come on camera, or at least in a way that's acceptable to me. So I'm getting more comfortable in just kind of being in front of the camera without anything on. Like, this is me sans makeup right after I shave my face. We'll talk about it in a little bit, but like things that just really kind of bring me into the real the real world a little bit more, and not just leave that facade of like, look at all this stuff that I do and look at all this beautiful things that I create and everything else. Like, it's real life, it's here, and I am trying to live my life as best as I can. And with my small business, I really want it to speak to me. If you're new here, my husband and I, we both work from home full time, and we have a 2-year-old who is absolutely amazing and adorable and wonderful and hyper and, experimental, and I love everything about him. But it is draining to just kind of be at home 24/7 with him, with my husband all the time. We get really stuck in routines. So we alternate weekends. So every other Sunday is, each parent's turn to just kind of do whatever they want that day, sans parental responsibility. So there is no worries in there. If he wants to sit in here and just play the PS5 for the entire day, he can do it. If he wants to go out of the house, he can do it. If I want to come in here and just film and create and craft, I can do it. And it's one of the best decisions I think we've ever made as parents, because it really helps kind of ground you. You deserve to take care of yourself too, so make sure you're adding in time for yourself if you're a parent, or if you just work a lot, anything like that. Self-care is important. It's my Sunday. It's the middle of the day now. I kind of relaxed most of the morning. I slept in a little bit. I just was kind of hanging out in the living room for a bit with my family, and then I came in here and decided to get myself together for the day. It's 2 o'clock already, so midday, but hey, the day starts when you want it to. So I've just been having a very relaxing Sunday, but now I'm ready to like create, and I'm feeling very like I want to clean, I want to organize, I want to get stuff done in here. So the last time you guys saw my office, it was a little bit of a mess because it was me moving everything around, and then you saw kind of the final tour of everything before things were up on the wall. I have a couple things on the wall. I'm gonna adjust where I put things at, because they're just not, it's not all the way where I want it to be, and I still have things down here on my desk that I need to hang up, so we're going to do that today. But I wanted to put on a little bit of a face, nothing crazy, but I just feel better sometimes when I put on a face. It helps me get into the zone to be more productive. My glasses are shifting color because they're transitions, and sitting in front of a window now, which I love for natural light, but it's storming today, so it keeps going in and out of being very cloudy and then kind of sunny and raining and everything else. I just did my full face routine, which is absolutely nothing. I don't do anything crazy. I don't have any like crazy skincare. I literally wash my face with the same thing every day. It's the CeraVe SA Renewing Cleanser, and then all of my like skincare afterwards is just the e.l.f. Hello Hydration line, like all of the blue containers. It's literally both the oils, I don't remember what they are, and then like the daily moisturizer in the blue one, or the other moisturizer in like the tub container thing. But I do that after I shave my face. So I have PCOS. It's something that I don't know if I've talked about it on this channel before, but I know on my personal social media, which I don't post on anything ever, but on my personal social media, things like that, especially through COVID, one of the things that I got really open with was talking about my PCOS. And I have one of those side effects that nobody wants and is just kind of annoying, and it's hirsutism. So if I'm saying that wrong, sorry, that's just how I pronounce it. But hirsutism, so it's the hair growth that goes on your face. So I get it all the way up my cheeks, I get it across my lip, I get it on my chin. It, to me, looks like a 5 o'clock shadow by the time it's there, but you know, whatever, it does what it does. So I shave it, and I shave like every other day, and then get myself together that way. This little drawer thing here, I think I showed it before, is like all my makeup and stuff, so I'll be reaching down quite a bit in here. But yeah, just wanted to kind of chit chat while we get ready before we start cleaning up the rest of the tabletop for this office. Yeah, so 2025 is here already, which is insane. It feels wild to say that we're already in 2025, and it has made me really rethink what I kind of want to happen this year and what I want for me. And I really only have a few big, like, wishes, goals. I don't know how to put it. I guess I'll say goals. I hate saying goals. Like I said, I recently have realized more and more that I'm not somebody that can put out like a resolution or can really name a goal too much. Like, at least in the beginning, I have to leave things quiet before I say like, oh, this is a goal of mine, or this is something I want to do. And it's because it just like overwhelms me. It very much overwhelms me in terms of thinking about like, I don't know, like I place this goal and now I have to make it, and what if I don't make it? And I'm an overthinker, so I start going down like a spiral of things every time I list it. All right, so 2025 for Ash Nichole Co. When I started my small business, I really was starting the business with products that I had just seen other people create or do that I was looking up to. It was a lot of like, oh my goodness, I love this. This is amazing. I want to learn how to do that product, and I want to make this, and that's beautiful and it's great. But it also overloaded me with too many ideas, and then I didn't know what I wanted my actual shop to be at that point. So it switched from just being like, oh, here's a cool thing that's done and that seems really fun, like maybe I should look into it, to me being a little stressed out, to be totally honest, over how much stuff I had like to do, like how much stuff I wanted to do at once. And then I would overwhelm myself with the fact that I was also like, wow, I don't think I can do this, or this is too much of a project or too much to do. And I really realized early on that I was overwhelming myself for absolutely no reason. Like, starting this small business is supposed to be something that, one, I've always wanted to do, but two, is supposed to be fun. And I was losing that fun and what I wanted it to be solely because I was comparing myself to every other small business out there on the planet, regardless of how long they had been in business, whether they were just starting out or whether they have been in the business for a while. Like, it was really hitting me that I was causing this extra stress on myself, and I needed to kind of take a step back. Towards the end of the year and the beginning of the year, I was really trying to focus on like doing things the way that other people are doing them, because that's how they saw success, instead of focusing on things that I enjoy doing that will then build my own success, because it will allow me to stay consistent. It will allow me to keep posting because I actually enjoy what I'm doing. And so I had to take a step back, because I realized my shop specifically, I know I've shown some products on here, but I haven't pushed it as much because they don't fully feel like me sometimes. I don't read excessively. I don't read enough, to be totally honest. I need to read a little bit more. I love reading, and reading has become like a safe space and a safe haven for me again, something that it used to be in my childhood, and then that kind of left for a while. It's just, unfortunately, like, that's not something that I reach for as often as I should, and I think it's portrayed across my channel as if I am an avid like reader, or that I love all the books all the time. Like, that's not how I am or who I am. And I know it's just because I enjoyed making some of those products. But yeah, what was I saying? I keep getting really off track, guys. Sorry. I will also say, just complete transparency. Yesterday, I was up very late. I'm very tired. And I was gardening for a little bit last night. In quotes, gardening. And so I feel like I still have a little of that left over me. But I was having a rough emotional couple weeks and days, so I needed a break, a breather. Don't know why I was like, let me do a get ready with me while I talk, because I apparently cannot talk and get ready at the same time. I guess I should also, let me cut in the middle here and just say, elephant in the room, I cut my hair. I shaved it again. My hair has always, I've went through so many phases of my hair, and I'll put up like pictures here or something on the screen of all of my different hairstyles. I'm always in like a wig or braids or something, short hair, shaved head. I change it up all the time. Ever since I had my son, my skin has hated me. Well, my skin and my hair. It sucks that it hates me so bad that it just stopped growing kind of all together, and then I started losing my hair, and so I have bald spots on this side and a bald spot, this one's bigger, on this side. I started almost like a male pattern, but I also just recently found out that is because of my PCOS, and it's called androgenic alopecia. We've been doing blood work and everything else to see, because I think I might have Hashimoto's also, so loads of fun stuff. We won't go into medical talk. I could talk about that forever. But yeah, so I started losing my hair like intensely, and it was definitely a challenge for me. I used to have a very large and in charge afro that I loved, and it was great. It's a lot of upkeep, but I loved it. And so now, getting used to just doing different things to my hair is it's a lot. So I just decided the other day that I was not feeling good. I wasn't feeling like myself. I didn't want to do anything. I was just having a really down day, so I went and took an extra long shower, because that also always helps me. And then after my extremely long shower that I took, my hair was dry, it hadn't been wet. I got out of the shower, shaved my head, got right back in the shower to wash off, and just was like, I wonder what this will look like if I do this. So I did this myself, so don't come at me if it doesn't look amazing or perfect, but you know, it is what it is. Let's go back to small business talk. So one of the biggest changes that I want to make in 2025 is to my shop and what it represents and what it stands for. I started Ash Nichole Co. That's my name. It's Ashley Nicole with an H. But I started Ash Nichole Co. specifically because I wanted something that was just for me. I really lost myself throughout my pregnancy. You know, I had prenatal, postnatal depression. I was just very unhappy. I was extremely burnt out from my corporate job, and it really rolled over into every part of my pregnancy. I was always stressed. My blood pressure was really high, and I had preeclampsia, and it was just a lot. It was a lot to deal with. It was a lot to handle. After I had my son, I disassociated so bad, like during the birth and almost 2 months after he was born. I would cry every day. I didn't know if I would ever feel the same ever again, and then I was told that's postpartum depression, which I knew of postpartum depression. I knew what it was. I just never realized how long it can last. Like, my son is 2, and sometimes I still feel like I'm in that phase of, you know, like figuring out what works, what happens, like who am I, all of that. But most of the time it's pretty decent now, to where I feel like I found a rhythm. But in doing so, I realized like so many things that I was trying to hang on to that were quote unquote old Ashley were really just me like yearning for something different, for me to find myself, for me to figure out what it was that I wanted to do and who I am and what I want to be. And for the longest time, I was really focused on my job, and I thought I wanted to be a corporate girly. That was like goals, dream. You've made it if you've made it into the corporate world. And so that's what I worked for. And I definitely partied a little too hard in my early 20s. As soon as I got like a lick of freedom, I went crazy. I found myself in my early 20s in terms of just accepting who I am, accepting my blackness, accepting my body, accepting that I am someone that deserves to be loved and all of that. And I went through such a rough phase of not having that in my life. And then when I found that in my 20s, I was like, yes, I got it. And then I kind of got broken down by some ex-boyfriends from just different people that walked in and out of my life, things like that, towards the end of my 20s. And then I met my husband, and when I met him, everything changed. We've definitely had our ups and downs because we're both on a healing mental health journey together. It just is a crazy transition to go from like feeling like you found yourself at one point in your 20s and you're like, this is who I am, and then you start to move into another phase in your life that I feel like is when you get into your 30s, where you don't care as much about a lot of different things, but because of that, it makes you question who you thought you were. And I thought I already discovered myself. And then I very slowly came to the realization, especially since having my son, that I am someone who likes a more slow life. Like, I enjoy being at home. I like having my own space. But I also am someone who likes to go out and likes to have a good time. I don't want to be in all the time, but I would rather, if I'm going out, like it's with a group of friends that I like really enjoy and like, versus maybe a group of people I don't know very well or I don't like very well, something of that sort. It's not what I want. I'm just randomly putting colors on my face too while I'm talking to you. I have no actual plan as to what I want to do with my face today or my makeup. Just playing around while we're sitting here. But yeah, I just came to that realization, like, that was one part of me. Like, not that I didn't know myself, I just knew myself in my 20s, but my priorities have changed and my priorities have shifted, and I am a different person than what I was in my 20s, and I have different priorities now than I had in my 20s. So of course, there you go, you need to evolve, and you need to switch over, almost dropped that on me, to this next phase of your life, or whatever that may be for you. So yeah, I'm excited. I've never felt better than starting this small business. It really opened my eyes to things that I've always wanted to do, and like showed me that it's not scary to put yourself out there. It is, but it also isn't. Like, as soon as you put yourself out there, you realize how, I don't even want to say easy, but it felt like that for me. It felt like this is what I was avoiding this whole time. Like, I was avoiding putting myself out there for what reason? Like, just, this is so easy. Look at all these beautiful people that I've met. Like, look at all these wonderful humans that are on these social media apps and things like that. And it's just been magnificent. So I want to like hone in on it this year and really just pick up a camera whenever I feel like it and just record, because it's for me. It's not for anybody else. And it's me hoping that by sharing myself, my business, like my life, that I find like-minded people who also want to follow along on my journey. So that was a very, very long-winded ramble. I've just been trying to be myself, be authentic, be everything. So if you go to my Etsy shop right now, you'll notice that my Etsy shop is closed. I closed it on the 11th, I think it was, and I decided I was going to close it for 2 full weeks. 2 full weeks while I just kind of take some product photos, update some things, and make some hopefully new listings go up on there in a bit. I've still yet to list any of my punch needle items, so I want to list everything that I have right now on there as made to order, so I can get them done as orders come in, because I also want to keep that as a market stock. I think I already told you guys I was supposed to have a market in January, the beginning of January, and then that fell through. They had some issue with building codes where it was supposed to be held, so then they had to cancel. So they messaged me and said, hey, this is unavailable now, but can we move you to one at a different location on the 22nd of February? And I initially said yes, and I was like, yeah, sure, that's fine, not a problem. Didn't even check. Completely forgot that my husband and my son and I are going to visit my family in Ohio during that time. So I was like, oh no, oops. I messaged them a couple days ago and said, I completely forgot. I will be out of town with family, and I cannot attend this market. Is there any way I can move it to a different market? And they said, yes, we'll let you know what we have available in a little bit. And then they were like, if you don't mind, can you share on your story or just kind of help us fill that spot? And I said, sure. So I shared it on my story. I want to reshare it again, probably a little later on today, just to see if anybody bit or if they had anybody fill in the spot. Yeah, I'm waiting, so I don't know when my next market will be, but I want to make sure that while I am keeping up to date on everything and I'm putting everything in for Etsy, that I am also making it easy for myself so that whenever the market does pop up, I'm just ready to go. I don't really have to prep except for products. I don't want to have to stop and search for, it's the worst time to put powder on, but I don't want to stop and search for like products or things that I need. So I'm slowly just building what I want so that whenever a market pops up, I'm ready to go. And I have a setup that I like, and I have products, and I just am good to go there. So anything that I make, I'm kind of keeping to the side as market products, and then anything that's ordered is going to be like a made to order type of thing. And that'll just kind of help because I don't get a ton of orders. It's not super consistent, but I probably do get maybe 5 orders a month or so. I want to say somewhere in there. So it's not terrible. It's not amazing either, but I'm thankful for it regardless. Because like I said, this is fun for me. It's something that I am enjoying highly. And so I really wanted to make sure that I just kind of keep it at a model right now that helps me enjoy it. And by having to sit down and create it and not just having it all ready to go all the time, it really does keep my creativity levels flowing. We're going to change out a few things in the shop, and so I'll go ahead and talk about it while I'm finishing up the last few things on my face for today. I want to really emphasize why I started my shop and why I started crafting in general. I started my shop because I enjoyed crafting so much that I wanted to share it with other people. And one of the biggest reasons why I started crafting was to get myself out of the slump of postpartum depression and just depression in general that I was feeling, and anxiety and everything else that goes along with your mental health not being in a great state. And I feel like I got lost in my products for a little bit. Like the stickers, I love my stickers. I love all the mental health things. I love all the designs. I love everything that I've purchased for that shop. It's beautiful. I love the stickers. The stickers are not changing. We're still going to have stickers. Those are staying. Bookmarks. I want their focus to be a little more mental health focused than just bookish, if that makes sense. I think for a while I was just, like I said, doing things the same way that other people are doing them, or doing things because I saw other people doing them. But I really want everything in my shop to have that mental health focus. That is the main reason it's here. So I'm going to change up some things, maybe work with some designs that I already have, adjust things. I'm definitely keeping the magnetic bookmarks because I actually really enjoy making those. They're lovely. The double-sided bookmarks, I don't know if I'm going to keep them in that capacity. I think I might change them a little bit, but I am not sure. They're just not fun for me to make, and I realize that. I do not have fun making the double-sided bookmarks. They're actually very hard to make and hard to get perfect, and again, me as a perfectionist, I don't want to sell anything that I'm not super confident in, and in those double-sided bookmarks, I am not super confident in them. So they're going to be posted, and they're going to be posted on Etsy, and I'm going to also bring them to markets until they are gone. And then once they're gone, I don't think I'm going to do regular bookmarks anymore, but I am going to keep the magnetic bookmarks because I love a magnetic bookmark. And then I also bought some acrylic bookmarks, and I'm going to use some of those because I like the thicker bookmarks like that. And I'm currently searching for anybody who does double-sided, the UV DTF or things like that, because I would love to put in an order using the designs, some of the designs and different designs that I purchase or come up with for my regular bookmarks, anything that I really like and I want to be used again, since I already have all these designs. And then that way I can adjust them, and hopefully I can find someone so that I can order like a gang sheet of those double-sided UV DTF bookmarks in the right size, and I can put them on the acrylic bookmarks or something like that. So on the lookout, stay tuned. Those will be a bit. I also bought some vinyl to play with. I have a Silhouette machine, but I've never used it for anything except for stickers and like cutting out like labels and stuff. But, you know, most people who do it use like vinyl and stuff like that. So I bought some permanent vinyl because I also want to just experiment with maybe even customizing some of those acrylic bookmarks and putting names on them or specific sayings or something like that. Like, I don't know. We're going to see. We will see what happens. I love this eyeliner, by the way. I always love like a thick felt tip. Oh, you can't really see it, but a thick like felt tip liner. It's always my favorite. I don't know the last time though that I put on eyeliner. Me being completely honest, I have no clue. My camera battery, I guess I forgot to charge it because I can see it's down to 1 bar already, so that's super fun. And I've been on here for 36 minutes. Like, it's not supposed to be that low already. I don't do anything else to my lashes, like, ever. I have done the same looks since like 2016. I just used to do a lot more eyeliner. I don't know if I've said anything in this first part at all. I just am realizing that makes like sense or is a complete story. So however I edit this in the end, if it is a ramble, it's just a ramble. Welcome to Ashley speaking honestly and openly on the internet. I think I remember a part where I left off, so I want to go back into this whole like, I used to think I wanted to be a corporate girly thing that I was talking about earlier. Let me circle back to that. That's so all over the place. Yeah, I used to think I needed to be a corporate girly. I used to think that's what I wanted, that's what I was working towards. Like, there was nothing in the world that would change my mind that I was supposed to end up in an office and have like a big title, a big girl title. I didn't want to just be, you know, an employee or a worker. I wanted it to say that I was a manager, vice president, director, something. And I realized after I got into the corporate world that that is the exact opposite of what I want. I am just not someone that can play like office politics. It just does not work for me at all. Like random corporate drama and stuff like that. Like I don't enjoy it. I don't want anything to do with it. I don't play it. Like I just am someone that wants to come into work. I want to do my job. I want to do it well because I can't not do it well. It will dig at me. But I just want to be able to work my job and then go home and separate it. Like, and I work from home, so it is kind of hard sometimes to separate because this space that is my creative space is also my corporate space. And so sometimes it makes it hard to separate the two, especially when I start going, well, I could just sit in here and finish work for another 30 minutes or work over what I need to do to get caught up because I'm so stressed, but then I don't leave myself time to do things for what I want. And so one of the biggest changes that I've seen in myself in the last year, especially since starting on like social media in general, and I'm not perfect at it whatsoever. Y'all have seen, if you've seen my Instagram, you know I'm not perfect at it because I skip so much on there. And then TikTok, you know, which that's a whole nother story. I think it'll come back. But with TikTok, like I was not on there regularly. I just was a regular scroller on there, but not a poster at all. But I'm like getting into the whole, you know, social media world has truly changed my perspective on so many things, but specifically what I wanted out of life. And that changed during COVID mostly. It switched to this ideal that like we don't have to be stuck in an office. We don't have to be, you know, the traditional 9-to-5ers. Like, we are creative, we are, you know, human, we can do honestly whatever we want to do. And so it really, everybody's messaging. It really like caught me off guard how much everything resonated with me, that I wanted something of my own and something different. And so after finding like small business YouTube and small business like TikTok and everything else, I just fell in love and I was like, I want to do that. I want to be like so happy doing things for myself and doing things that I enjoy and everything else. And it was just a lot, but I I'm so happy that I decided to go this route. Like, it has introduced me to some of the best people that I think I've ever met in my life, and some of the nicest people and just some of the sweetest people. On here you'll hear me talk about my YouTube twin, Illustrating Christy. She's one of my favorites on here. Also small business owner, also mom. I just started following, I think it's the Orderly Mom too, another stay-at-home mom, who is working and, you know, running a small business and all this other stuff. And I enjoy watching content from people that really understand what I'm going through and I feel like I can connect with. And I have never connected with people so closely since joining social media, like, and finding people from all over the place. And sometimes it's even closer than I expected because they're in my state or they're in my area or something of that nature. But it's just been a really fun process, like finding all of this and finding people that are like you and are doing things that you want to do as well. I know it's probably way too much setting spray, but yes, Gracie, come here, baby. My cat is constantly whining the floor as if she is abandoned and never allowed to leave the house or something like that. Oh, and there's another kitty outside. Because I'm an animal person, and I grew up in a family where, like, all of our pets were animals that we found. And so every time I see animals outside, I just want to bring them in the house and keep them with me forever. I keep opening and closing this drawer because I'm looking for chapstick, realizing that I have chapstick in another drawer. Okay, so my camera is dying right now. I'm going to stop rambling, see how much of this I can keep or put together or whatever, because it's kind of a hot mess, and maybe gather my thoughts to continue to talk to you all about the actual small business a little bit later. But let me charge my phone really quick, and I'm going to go ahead and get started cleaning and getting some things set up for the day so that we can craft, and I will talk to you all in a little bit. Okay, guys, hopefully you can hear me well enough. I didn't want to put this too close to me. I'm just trying to place out some stickers. It is quite a bit later. I was talking to you all. I was like, look at all these things I'm gonna do, but hey, that's a part of being real, making sure that I just kind of doing whatever I feel like on here. So I'm putting stickers in my sticker book and just trying to organize these stickers that I've had out. I bought, most of these came from a grab bag that I bought from Ash Co. And with that grab bag, it had a bunch of different products of hers. With my grab bag, there was a lot of stickers that came with, and that was so great. So I love that I have this sticker book to put everything in. As you can see, I'm struggling taking some of these off, though. Like, quality of her stickers are phenomenal. They even have a lip on them, so I don't understand why this is so complicated for me. This might just be, like, user error, like my fingernails, something like that is not working the way it should, I guess is what I should say. I love that I just have one centralized location where all of my stickers are at, and then when I'm ready to swap things out on, like, my iPad or different things, I can. So I don't know where we ended off in this random chat video that we're doing here, but I have been, I don't know if it's just me, but I think everybody's been going through it, just this feeling of just, like, annoyance with everything, and this dread. I know I am someone who struggles with depression, so that is a quite normal feeling for me. but it's just been like heavier than usual. Not even the state of the world, the state of America, that has been really weighing me down mentally. So therapy has been upped, and I'm going almost, I was going weekly for a little bit, depending on how bad the points are that I have. I'll adjust it based on my therapist availability, but right now I've been able to push it back a little, so it's like a few weeks in between at least. But it was such a rough patch of just like dread that I felt like I needed to go more often, because it was not a fun feeling in the slightest. So yeah, sorry, my cat just whining again. Gracie, darling, thank you. When I tell you I love a vinyl sticker, but they are hard to get off the backings and stuff. Alright, and then we have, what is up here in the front? Oh, it's all my extra like Brenna stickers that are loose if I want to use them on something, which is fine. I'm literally just randomly recording as I go to try to knock myself out of this perfectionist state that I feel I need to be in to turn on a camera. And so whatever gets picked up gets picked up, and it's gonna probably increase my editing time. But also, I kind of like that it will just kind of get me out of my comfort zone, and eventually I will be in a place where it's a lot quicker to like edit or quicker to record or anything of that sort. But yeah, so everything's in my lovely sticker book now. This was the journal that I guess you could say I was using, but I wasn't, because I literally wrote in here like a bit, but not enough, that I was using from, what is this by? I don't know if this is the Happy Planet 52 Agenda. I don't know if that's the brand, but I bought this. I thought it was really cute, and I was in it for a little bit. Most places that I will flip to will be empty, and I hate wasting like journals and stuff like this, but it is like, there's reflections, there's things. I could technically, no I couldn't, because there's dates on things. Yeah, but it's 2024 to 2025. And so it only goes through, oh, it does go through December of 2025, so I could still use this. So I'm gonna keep it in a drawer for now, like, just in case. But I think I've come to find that journals like this don't necessarily work for me, like that standard agenda where it's like, hi, here's reflections, and then it's like, here's all the days of the week, and then you turn it to the next month. And I think I had some stuff on like the calendar and things in here. Yeah, I was like punch needle and do that. Oh, that's where that picture went. Punch needle and film and other things and expenses. And then I just kind of stop, because I get in this place where it's like, if I don't know what I need to do for the week, or if I don't have things in my head fully, like I don't know what to do. So yeah, what I might do is I might take out everything in front here and just leave this as a January 2025, and then I might see if somebody wants it to be just a 2025 journal, so that I don't waste it completely. Offer it to a sister or something, because yeah, I don't think I'm going to use this. And let me show you the journal that I just recently bought. So this is from the brand Offline Humans. If you are on YouTube or anything else, you may follow Natalie. Natalie's Outlet is the channel name, but she has this journal called the Best Me Journal. The front page, honestly, kind of gives me a headache, if I'm being totally honest. Like, that it sometimes matches, but doesn't. Like, so this is the pretty front of it this way. So it's very, very nice. But I like the way, I was watching her do all of her videos on this, and I love the way that this journal is laid out. So at the very beginning, it's got, you know, her branding and everything else on there, and where you put your name in. And then the first few pages are how to use the journal. And for my brain, my ADHD brain is obsessing over this and absolutely loving how easy this is to follow. So I need to go in here and fill this out, but it starts by like, it's got year at a glance, your intentions for the month, your best you routine, what you need to do in here, everyday brain dumps, and then weeks at advance, a month at a glance, so you can kind of see things that way. It has monthly observations, what you need to do for ... notes, anything to reflect at the end of the month, and then a more customized reflection page. And it just is split up that way, and I love it that you can just kind of keep track of everything. There's no dates automatically put in here. It's just the month, it's just goals, it's just things you would like to do and set those intentions, and I just love it. I think it's such a nice layout and it's such a fun journal, so I'm excited to get started with it. And I also like that it doesn't really matter when I get started with it, because it's just, you can just kind of fill it in whenever you want. So it's lovely, and I'm going to take some time, probably a little bit later on tonight, and start filling this out, because I need this to be a part of my daily routine. I want to be able to fill this out at the beginning of the day and make sure that I feel super, together, and that I know everything that I need to do for the day, or things that I want to accomplish. And then also I want to make sure that I have some reflections at the end of the day as well. And that is when I then switch to this journal, which is from Rebel Jones, and I've shown you this before because I absolutely love it. And this is my just kind of everything journal. These two are going to be a big part of my 2025 routine. I'll plan to get rid of this in a moment, but let me figure out where I'm gonna put this stuff. This is my issue, is now I have space, now everything's there. I think I need things to be kind of out in the open, so I might actually put them behind the camera here if I move my water and a few other things I have over here. I have this little purple thing that I used to keep like mail in, and let me take it out because I have some personal documents in there that need to be filed away immediately. So up and over, there we go. Okay, so I have this like purple file thing. I've had this for so long. I do not know when I bought this. I know I got it at Ross because that was like the only place I shopped for a very long time, and I don't know how much it was. Probably like $10, $6, something like that. But I keep this over because I've just always loved it. It's like velvet and it's purple and it's very me. But I'm gonna put all these journals over here in this box so that way I have access to them all day long, and I don't have to worry about if they're in a drawer and I don't see them. That's my biggest thing, is I know how I am. But if they're in a drawer, I don't see them, I'm not paying attention to them, I'm not going to use any of them. So I want to make sure that I'm taking out what I need every day and going, okay, here's this journal that needs to get done, and here's this that needs to be completed. And of course, this journal won't fit fully, so let me kind of finesse it a little bit.